Hello, friends. I hope you all are enjoying your lessons. Today, I am going to teach the fourth poem, the Ball poem. This is very short and sweet poem, but with a very good and big message that in this world of possession, one must learn to lose something which is loved by you, or which is very close to you, near to you, and the thing means a lot for you, though it is a sign of love for you or matter a lot. But in this world of possession, you have to lose something, and though you lose your favorite thing, you have to learn to grow up and move on in your life. Okay, let's start. Okay, so John Berryman was an American poet and a scholar. So he is the poet of the poem, John Berryman. He is best known for the Dream Songs, which is maybe published in 1969, and which was a sequence of 385 poems are there. So it is a bunch of poems, and he won Pulitzer Prize for the Dream Songs, and he also won National Book Award. So it's just the short biodata of the poet John Berryman. Okay, now introduction. This is the poem John Berryman, through his poem The Ball poem, has described the reality of life, which everyone has to face one day. Means whatever he is portrayed, that losing something, this is the reality of our life. One day, one or another day in our life, we have to, earlier or later, but we have to face this situation of losing something precious, losing something important for us, that we have to lose someday. He has touched the topic of how to stand up against the miseries and sorrows of life. Here he touched the topic that how to stand up, how we have to stand up against our miseries or our sorrows, or the what we can say, that unfavorable situation of our life. And though we lose something, but we have to stand strong once again. We know that in the world of possessions, the things are lovable, but as we know that there are a lot of people who hasn't parent, so they, though they are though they are living their life happily, they moved on, because your parents is the most important persons in your life, and people lose them, and though they stand strong, stand still to live their life, to move on. So losing is the nature of the life, and we have to accept this nature and get a new start or move on in our life, that we have to learn. Summary. The poet is talking about a little boy who has lost his ball. Here there is a character, a little boy, and a little boy who has lost his ball. He was playing with his ball. The ball escaped from his hand and went into the nearby water body. The poet says that this sight of the boy losing his favorite ball made him think about the boy and his reaction to these situations. Like a small little boy playing with his ball, and he skipped his ball from his hand and it went to the nearby water. Means a harbor, means a kind of a બંદર તમે જેને કહેવાય, જે means full of water. So it goes into the water, and now it is not possible to bring that ball back. So the poet says that the sight of the boy losing his favorite ball make him think about and the boy and his reaction to this situation. How he react? Obviously, he become sad, because though this was a simple ball, but he was playing from so many time or a longer time, and she has so many memories with that ball. So losing something, though that is not too much precious, okay, one can say that okay, you can buy a new one, that should be possible, we can buy a new one, but that one we won't get, and the new one cannot take the place of the that ball. So how he react on that situation, that is the important. He further says that the the boy was helplessly looking into the water where his ball had gone, because he is not getting it back. So he is helpless, and that is why he helplessly looking into the water where his ball had gone. He is constantly looking that on that ball, the ball which is in that water. He was sad and was trembling with fear. Trembling, shiver. Oh, I lose it. So he was sad. He got so immersed in his sorrow that he kept standing near the harbor for a very long time and kept on looking for his ball. He was too attached with that ball. So he's standing a long time. He's standing long time to kept on looking for the ball, and he was too sad. The poet says that he could console him that he may get new balls, or he could also give him some money to buy another ball. Poet says that he could console him. He could console him that he may get a new ball, or he also give him some money so he can purchase some another ball according to his choice. But he stopped himself from doing so, because he thinks that the money may bring a new ball but will not bring the memories and feelings attached to the lost ball. As I told you, he played with this ball from a long time. So perhaps the money can buy a new ball, but that money cannot buy the ball, the lost ball, and not bring the memories and feelings attached to that lost ball. So new things we can buy, we can purchase new things, but we can't purchase those attachment, those memories, those feelings which is related to that particular lost things. He further says that the time has come for the boy to learn his responsibility. Now it is the time to learn his responsibilities. Here the poet wants to say that now the boy will learn the toughest lesson of life. It is a hard, toughest lesson of his life. Now he starts to learn the lesson of accepting the harsh realities of life. Now, what is the lesson? The lesson of accepting the harsh realities of life, and that one day we will lose our loved ones and our loved things. And the harsh reality is that days will come when we have to lose our loved ones, means the loving persons, and the loved things. We also have to drop, or we also have to lose our loved things, the things which we love the most, which we care the most, with our emotions are connected, but still someday, sometime we have to accept that someday we will lose it. Okay, here let's start the poem. Okay. What is the boy now, who has lost his ball? What? What is he to do? I saw it go, merely bouncing down the street, and then merely over. There it is in the water. Merely over means, merely means cheerful. Bouncing means jumping up and down. Here, the poet is talking about a boy who has lost his ball. He wants to know about him and his reaction because he has lost his ball. Further, he asks to himself that what this boy will do after losing his ball. The poet has seen the ball going away from the boy. He says that the ball was cheerfully jumping up and down in the street. This means that when the ball skipped from boy's hand, it went into the street and later on it fell into the nearby river. Means he was playing with that. So ball was jumping up and down in the street, and with this moving action, it goes and dip into this harbor or in the water. Okay, let's start device, literary device. Here repetition of what is there. Okay, imagery when poet says merely bouncing down the street. So you have to just imagine the thing that how ball was bouncing. Okay, and anaphora is use of repeated words in the two or more lines, like what is the boy, what, and merely bouncing, merely over. So these are the repeated words. Okay, so here he explained that boy wants to know about him and his reaction when he lost his ball. So this is his first time when he lost something from something which is too lovable and favorable of him, and this is a boy's first incident of losing something. No use to say, oh, there are other balls. There are other balls. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy as he stands rigid, trembling, staring down. Okay? So, now, grief. Grief means sorrow. Okay? Rigid means fixed. Trembling, shaking. Okay? So, what he says that the poet says that there is no benefit of consoling the boy by saying that he will get another ball because he has other balls too. He says so because the boy is feeling very sad. He is completely surrounded by sorrow. He is sad because all the memories of the childhood days went down the harbor with the ball. Here the poet says that the boy is very sad as the ball which has now gone into the water reminds him of those sweet memories of the times when he owned it. This loss is unbearable for him and he is grief stricken. As he stands rigid, trembling, staring down all his young days into the harbor where his ball went, I would not intrude on him a dime, another ball is worthless. Now he senses first responsibility. So, the loss is unbearable. As we says that here the poet says that boy is very sad because ball which has gone into the water reminds him those sweet memories of the times when he owned it, when he was in the memories of his childhood days. This loss is unbearable for him and he is grief stricken. The poet says that he can't even tell the boy to take some money from him in order to buy another ball. He says so because the new ball will not bring the sense of belonging to the boy. sense of belonging means something you have the sense of the okay, it belongs to me, it is mine, that feeling towards the particular thing or thing that cannot bring with the new things, that is only with the old things only, because you own that thing, you start playing or using that thing, and after passing some time your emotions and your emotions, your feelings can attached with that. So that attachment is not going to be done soon with the new things. It is always with, it is always take it is always a time wanting things, we can say that it is always a need time. After passing some time you get attachment with the person, with the people, with the things. So here he says that new ball will not bring the sense of belonging to the boy. Further, the poet says that the time has come for the boy to learn the responsibility of taking care of his things. Now, this is the time. Now, he has to learn that if he loves the thing the most, then he should know how to take care of the thing. He should be careful while using those things which is near to him or which is lovable, which is very, very precious for him. Here repetition use of word ball is there. Then yes, repetition should be there, ball is there. This literary device is there for you guys. Now, in a world of possessions, people will take balls. Balls will be lost always, little boy, and no one buys a ball back. Money is external. So, now, what does he say? That the possession means ownership. External, here thing with which feelings are not attached. Okay, so here the poet says that the boy has to learn that in this materialistic world, many of his belongings will be lost. He personifies the ball as his belongings, be it the worldly things or the relationship he is in possession of. So he says that he has to learn to live without them no matter what. He says no one can buy back such a things for him. The poet said so because, according to him, money can't buy you everything. In this materialistic world, we are chasing uh, towards money. We want to get everything. We want lavish life, luxurious life. We want high class styles, high class home, high class furniture, uh, house. To getting these things, to getting these things, we have to earn money, and that is why we are chasing behind money. And in this chasing we forget the very precious relationship of ours. So this ball is only the symbol of a this materialistic thing, that okay, that is the visible, but there are so many invisible things like our feelings, our relationships. And time and again, in this chasing of getting materialistic things, we are also losing our relations, and we have to learn living without this kind of relationships in this fast life. But this constant crave for getting money has no end. And in this constant race, we in this constant race we find that we are losing our precious time, our precious persons, and our feelings. Sometimes we ignore our feelings, ignore our happinesses to get these materialistic things, and we feel that we achieve something, but we don't get idea how much we lose to achieve this kind of things. So here he says that now money is an external thing which is not so important, but that feelings in the world of possession, that feelings, that relations are important to maintain. He is learning well behind his desperate eyes. The epistemology of loss, how to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know and must know many days how to stand up. This epistemology means knowledge. Okay? He is in possession of so epistemology is a Greek word, and episteme means knowledge. Desperate means hopeless. External, as I told you, that things which feelings are not attached. So here, as I told you, that we have to learn in this materialistic world that many of our belongings will be lost. And he says that no one can buy back such a things for him, means no one can buy that loose ball for him. The poet said so because according to him, money can't buy you everything. Money can't buy your relations. Money can't buy your feelings for other persons. So money has its limitations, and money has also its limitations in our life. And that is why there is one saying that money is something, but money is not everything. पैसा कुछ तो है पर सब कुछ नहीं है. Means you need money to live your life, but it doesn't mean money is the only goal of our relationships. Are there, your emotional feeling, your emotions, your feelings are there, and that money cannot fulfill. For that you need a person, you need your loved ones. So always take care of your loved ones. Don't ignore them in this chasing of getting money. So says that money cannot buy everything. If he does buy you some materialistic things, still it will not be able to buy the sense of belongingness. As I told you, that cannot buy the sense of belongingness, some feelings towards the particular person or thing, that okay, it belongs to me, it is mine. That sense of belongingness cannot be buy by the money. He says that the boy is learning how to stand up against the sense of lost things. This means that boy is trying to learn. So now he has to learn the sense of lost the things. Now he has to stand up against, learn that okay, I lose something, though I have to survive, and though I have to learn how to stand up in life, stand up strong in life, and move on with these available things. This means that the boy is trying to learn the real truth of life, which states that you have to accept the miseries of life and stand up again. This is the truth which everyone has to learn in his or her life. So now he is going near to the real truth, reality of the life, that every person has to learn this reality. Thus you have to accept the miseries of your life and stand up again this kind of miseries. This is the truth which everyone has to learn in his or her lifetime. And again, the harsh truth of standing up against the odd miseries of life that everyone has to bear. And this is the truth of life, harsh truth of life, that you have to standing up against the odd miseries the life that everyone has to bear. You have to bear the things, you have to understand that okay, these are the things which we have, but right now I don't have with me, so it's okay. You have to learn that okay, this one is not, though your attachment are there, though you are emotionally attached with those things, but you won't be able to get that things back, and you have to stand up against that. You have to stand strong, and you have to live your life. You have to move on in your life, that you have to learn. Here the use of sound b at the start of two consecutive words like buys and ball back, so b sound is repeated, so alliteration should be there. Repetition of ball word is repeated many times, and there is no rhyme scheme followed in this poem. Assonance, okay, vowel sound e was there, like he is learning well behind his desperate eyes, so e should be there. Okay, yes. Here Albert Einstein says that, and I really want to put an end with this quote, that learn from yesterday, live for today, and hope for tomorrow. Live for today. We all are living for our tomorrows, and learn from yesterday means learn from your past. Whatever mistakes you did in your past, don't repeat it in your today. Live for today means whatever you have lost, that won't become in today, you won't get it back, so don't repent too much for that. Don't leave. Some people are uh, too much attached, too attached with their materialistic things, or relations, where they won't be able to stand up and grow up from that miseries. So you have to be enough strong to get over from your miseries. Live for today. Today is the day. Don't think about tomorrow, because we will never see what happened tomorrow. We don't know about our next moment. So live today. Live for this moment. Live your life for today. Do whatever you want to do. If you achieve something, then start whatever you want to achieve from today, not for tomorrow. Hope for tomorrow. Get a good hope for tomorrow, that okay, we have hope for that, our tomorrow is better, our tomorrow is good. So better, hope for your tomorrow, hope betterment for your tomorrow, but never live for your tomorrow, or never live for your past or your yesterdays. Live for today only. I hope you learn the lessons that everyone has to lose. You have this kind of incidents, you also have this kind of incident happen in your life, and slowly and steadily, but you all are started living with this act of losing something, and though you all are stand enough strong that you can move on in your life. I hope you enjoy the poetry. I hope you learn this rule of world, and I hope you will also uh, give the importance of your feelings, of your relations, rather than this materialistic world. Money is needed, but money is not everything, as we all now can understand that money cannot buy the things which is lost by us. So money is needed, but money is not everything, and I hope you will always enjoy, you will always be careful towards the things which, or person whom you love the most, and you will always take care of that. Be careful while dealing with this kind of persons and this kind of things, and try to make them whom you love the most, try to make them happy, and be happy in your life, and once again live for today. Bye bye.